What do we got?
to
Election stuff, right? Dejection 2024.
you guys. It's going to be fun. It's going to
This is the most important election of our lifetime. I know that much.
This time we mean it. I love that they even say that. This time we mean it. Charlamagne the God blames the media for division, says voters can choose crooks, cowards, or the couch. You know, who are the cowards and who are the crooks? Like, honestly, I'm so tired of Democrats being called cowards. They're not cowards. Like, I'm just so tired of feckless. They're weak. They're not weak. They're all in the same game. They're all complicit. It's just,
right. It hides the motive because you're just like, well, they're doing what they can. They're not as good, but like they're not truly evil people like, the Palestinians are, or
right.
Like,
they're
not the white supremacists like the other team. So, they could be cowards, but they're our guy. You got to vote for him, which is essentially what Charlamagne the God is coming out with this by saying that. Like, blaming the media for being divisive. Like, how about blame the media for not being honest? Like that would be where I would start.
I would love to talk to you about this, but all of the graphics disappeared.
All your 2024 graphics?
Yeah, like all of the polls that were just released by
this
by the Times. Okay, that's with third party, but like we didn't start it that way. This is how we started it. This is it. I just re-added them. You guys,
wow.
StreamYard, if somebody can come up with some alternative to StreamYard, I would be so grateful. Okay. This was from the New York Times. I think it was yesterday. If the 2024 presidential election were held today, would you vote for Biden or Donald Trump? This is in 6 battleground states: Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Arizona, Michigan, Georgia, Nevada. These are the only 6 states really.
Right. This is all that matters. But I can already tell you that we're going to hear that Wisconsin is the most important swing state there ever was, because somehow they've got Biden winning this one for the first time he's ever been ahead in Wisconsin, to my knowledge.
Yeah. And what is he? Is still within the margin of error, because I think the margin of eror is, what is it? It's
a big gap at the bottom. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a big gap. No, but I mean, it's 47 to 45 that Biden's ahead. So he's ahead 2 points. And I think it's a 4-point margin of error. So, and okay, then if we're doing that, then okay, fine. Trump is only ahead by 3 in Pennsylvania, but the rest of it is sort of a blowout. You cannot recover from this. A new set of Times Siena polls reveal an erosion of support for Mr. Biden among young and non-white voters upset about the economy and the war in Gaza. What I did think was really fascinating, though, when you kind of dig into it a little bit, Biden's losses are concentrated among moderate and conservative Democratic-leaning voters who nonetheless think that the system needs major changes or to be torn down altogether. Mr. Trump wins just 2% of Mr. Biden's very liberal 2020 voters who think the system at least needs major changes, compared with 16% of those who are moderate or conservative.
Yeah.
So who's going to get blamed for Trump?
But I mean, what's interesting to me is that, like, Trump, the first time around, he got elected because everyone's like, look, it's fucked. Throw a grenade in. I don't care if Trump is. That's a perfect freeze for your image.
Oh my God. It actually is.
Don't leave yet. Let's screenshot that.
I am. I'm taking a screenshot of this right now, and then I'm going to exit and come back. Are you kidding me?
Where was
Keep talking, Pat.
So round 1 with Trump was basically grenade. He's a grenade. He's a mess. He's not good, but he's independent of the political parties, basically. And so let's just see what happens. And what you saw happen was awful. Like, people weren't happy with Trump, and he went out with bad numbers, and his loyal supporters may still support him. But what that poll shows is that people that wanted the system to be blown up and changed saw what Trump did and still don't care. The Democrats, the people that still don't think the system is working, are still carrying that belief. And who's going to save Biden? I mean, he's lost 40 points with, I think, people 18 to 30, something like that, and maybe 18 to 25, but a huge number. And they're not going to come out and vote for him. COVID people aren't going to vote for him. People who are paying twice what they were 4 years ago in rent aren't going to vote for him. People who didn't get their student loans forgiven aren't going to vote for him. You know, people who lost abortion rights, maybe you'll vote for him, but like, he didn't defend the rights like he said he would, and they were lost on his term. And the whole plan to get them back involves electing him and way more Democrats than he had before.
And expanding the court and abolishing the filibuster, things that he was not willing to do.
So
did you want me to come back? Sorry, I'm just going to come back and just right away interrupt you. Yeah.
No, you should. You saved me. I was going to go on around. I was going to tell you about black people, to be honest.
Yeah, I know.
It's going to get real racy in here.
God. Okay. So wait, did you show any other polls?
No, I saved the polls for you.
All right. Okay. You know, I like my graphics. I have to like fix the lighting because whenever I come back, it makes me like it needs to read color. Yeah. I get like blue. Okay. He's losing those centrist voters, and they are still just like in Florida in 2000 when they blamed Nader voters, 90,000 Nader voters in Florida, 200,000 Democratic voters voted for George W. Bush, but they still are going to blame Nader while they say how much they miss George W. Bush. All right. Anyway, here we go. Angry. This is the interactive polls with third party. Look at that.
Let me see. Okay, so this one has him ahead in Michigan, which is really wild. He's not going to win Michigan.
He's not. Well, he's +3, and I think it was a 4-point margin of error. So in Michigan, I know, and now I can't compare it to the one before, but it's interesting to see that in most of these, RFK actually takes from Trump. Although not in Georgia or Nevada. You know, the other thing is, like, I've heard like some of the cope coming from Democrats talking about like, well, Nevada and like, you know, like all the things that were supposed to be demographics are destiny, you know, like when Obama came in 2008, there was this huge sigh of relief from Democrats that, okay, Democrats, we've got young people, we've got Black people, we have Hispanic people, we have working people. Like that was the transcendency of the Democratic Party.
It was sold as like the coalition it's going to be unbeatable now. Now that you've got these people, but you failed all these groups.
Yeah. Because Obama came in as a progressive and disappointed people on, you know, on bailing out Wall Street, on housing, on immigration, on Occupy Wall Street. And, you know, like those first images that we saw of police coming in like stormtroopers and breaking up protesters were under Obama. And people were distraught. And then you bury the candidate who actually was exciting that demographic that you claimed was the one you were running after. And then what we find out is they're actually going to do the Schumer plan. And for every working class person you lose, you're going to gain 2 Mitt Romney voters. And that's where they are. That's the whole group that they're always combating for, right? It's just that group of wealthy centrist people.
When you lose 40 points with young voters, now he's like, well, let's just beat up all the young voters. Like that should win him over. No, he's running tough on crime. He's, you know, all these cop cities, he should be running against the cop cities. Instead, he's giving the cops more money everywhere. He's giving them COVID money. So, you know, money that should have gone to the pandemic went to these cop cities.
Yep.
But how's he going to win young voters back?
Where's the roadmap to campus?
Yeah. Ro Khanna's saying, oh, Biden's, he should, but he's gonna go visit these protests. Really? He's not going to visit the protests.
No,
come on. He's not even going to debate. He's going to have maybe 2 debates. I mean, we'll get into
Listen,
the.
I think he threw down a little challenge. You want to see the video of this challenge? Here we go. You ready?
Donald Trump lost 2 debates to me in 2020. And since then, he hadn't shown up for debate. Now he's acting like he wants to debate me again. Well, make my day, pal. I'll even do it twice. So let's pick the dates, Donald. I hear you're free on Wednesdays.
6. Count it. 6 clips. Could not do 14 seconds in one take. That was 6 cuts.
Each set of like 5 or 6 words had to be shot separate of each other for this.
How is he going to do a debate?
I mean, they're going to crack him up on, all the amphetamines they can get him, and they can probably get away with it. But like, that's why we're already, where's the letter? We can't read the whole letter, but
these are the rules. These are his rules.
Yeah.
Mr. Biden opened the exchange on Wednesday by saying he was willing to debate Mr. Trump twice before the election and as early as June, but on the condition, this is democracy, that the arrangements bypassed the nonpartisan organization, the Commission on Presidential Debates, that has managed presidential debates since 1988. Are we back to normal? Like, what was that?
We're setting a precedent that the TV networks are going to determine who gets into debates.
Yeah, he's going to CNN and ABC, I think. Mr. Biden and his top aides want the debates to start much sooner than the debates proposed by the organization, which is the Commission on Presidential Debates, so voters can see the 2 candidates side by side well before early voting begins in September. They make it, but this makes it seem like there's no possibility of doing those 2 early ones and then still doing the 3 regular ones a little later, the way they've always been done. Do 5 debates, talk, like, defend yourself. They want the debates to occur inside a TV studio with microphones that automatically cut off when a speaker's time limit elapses. I actually like that. I think that's great. And they want it to be just the 2 candidates and the moderator without the raucous in-person audiences that Mr. Trump feeds on, and without the participation of Robert F. Kennedy Jr. or other independent or third-party candidates.
So here is the president trying to set a precedent of not allowing third-party candidates, regardless of their actual polling, to be involved. Now, I don't want RFK Jr. to win, even if it's against these 2 shitbags. I don't want any of them. But I do want him to, if he hits 15%, at least according to the current
opportunity to get
presidential committee, if he gets 15% in 4 polls, 4 established polls, which are still determined by CNN, it's bullshit. Then he gets in, and he's allegedly at 16% in at least 1 now, and could hit the mark. So this is preventative medicine. He's already out, not medicine, but he's out there saying, in case those guys get there, the terms of my agreement are that it's just me and Trump. Like, we can't have a third-party person up there. We can't have it.
No third-party person. And by the way, I mean, well, Dems did that. How does he get to set the terms anyway? I mean, it's kind of amazing. Like, and I know Trump's camp is pissed that he jumped in and said it right away. Trump did a truth. What does he call it? Is it truth? A truth? Is that what he calls those? Like, it's not a tweet, it's a truth or something.
I have no idea.
I think so. Here's his truth. It's my great honor to accept the CNN debate against crooked Joe Biden, the worst president in the history of the United States and a true threat to democracy, on June 27th. Likewise, I accept the ABC News debate against crooked Joe on September 10th. Thank you. And he signs his truths. I mean, also, how does he only have 3,000 likes? Like,
retruths?
Retruths.
They are truths. They must be retruths.
That's funny.
Anyway.
That's
funny because he retweeted me and I got like 1 million likes,
Look at that.
one time.
He needs your helping hand to.
I mean, I'll sell out. Come on, Trump.
Anyway, that's just a disgrace. And yeah, he can't even do 14 seconds without needing help. How's he going to do? And yes, 4 years ago, they did amp him up. He is a different person than he was 4 years ago. We've shown a couple clips of him running in 2019 and 2020, and
he is, but
the difference is stark, actually.
Look, when you have no audience and it's just you, the other guy, and a questioner, and the mic's controlled, it's a very controlled setting, he's more likely to do okay.
Yeah.
and the bar is so low.
Yeah, but you know, Biden, I mean, what's his name? Trump is going to say something disparaging that will be a little true, or maybe not. It'll be funny, and it won't get a laugh because that's the whole thing. It won't get a laugh because there won't be an audience, but it would.
Yeah, there won't be an audience reaction to all the obvious things Trump says that are very ageist and mental decline and not policy, but even policy. But there won't be an audience reaction, so the viewer can't judge on that.
Yeah.
They're like, did that hit? And maybe the interviewer is like, that's below the pale, and scolds Trump or something. And
right.
Now Biden,
or they'll be like fact checking Trump, but not Biden kind of deal.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's like just so gross. If what you actually want is a democracy, this is gross. The other thing is they're moving the DNC convention mostly online because, as we know, there will be protests everywhere. And I love that they're going to blame Politico, the rookie mayor. No, it's not because he's a rookie. It's because he is he's on the left, Brandon Johnson, and they probably aren't sure that he will shut down protests the way, the mayor of Atlanta would shut down protests, right? Or New York. So
none of this is going to play well for Biden. I mean, look, you're going to have a convention on the right where they fawn over Trump. They're going to have his baby. They're going to have all the America stuff with the barefoot pregnant grandma with shooting rockets out of her ass or whatever they do.
Barefoot grandmas. That's their
I was thinking of that guy with the gas thing today, but I
was hoping we were gonna put that up there.
That should be our say what right there.
Sunday show for our Sunday show.
But so the contrast between that and the jubilation and just this formal little closed door, privately filmed, event, and then all the actual protesters that'll be out there at that point, and the polling will be bad. It'll be much worse. It's going to be a mess. I mean, I still think they're going to parachute in Gavin Newsom or somebody, and I think they're going to lose at this point. I used to think that person would probably win in a landslide, but they screwed the pooch on Palestine. If you're on the wrong side of Palestine, you're not going to get in. And Gavin Newsom's not on the right side of Palestine.
I mean, anybody who has not spoken up at this point, it's like, it's too late. Did you mention, sorry, I tuned out for a second. They're not going to let Jill Stein either debate.
Oh, I didn't bring that up, but so, well, this is all sort of in flux because these requirements put together by Biden go against the last requirements that were by CNN. And CNN said you had to have 15% polling based on our polls to make the debate stage. And you also have to, by a week before the debate, have enough. You have to be on the ballot in enough states to earn 270 delegates. So, you have to have the potential to win, basically.
Right.
And so Jill Stein is going to be there. She's going to have to hit that number for the 270. And here's Jason Call, friend of the show, her campaign manager, saying, let's get on there.
Yeah.
But obviously they're by-stepping even CNN and saying no third parties.
I mean, the fact that he can just set the terms like that is just disgusting. And it's so driven by fear. Every aspect of this is driven by fear, and it doesn't fool anybody. So, you don't look strong. You just look scared. I mean, that's all. Like, if you weren't scared, you would talk to your base. You wouldn't send militarized cops on them. You wouldn't say that they're all, terrorist supporters and create new laws that they should be jailed.
And you wouldn't put out a TikTok that has 6 edits in 14 seconds.